In 2026, smartwatches have become more than just wrist gadgets. They're personal companions that keep us connected, motivated, and organized through every part of our day. From tracking our health and fitness goals to managing calls, messages, and even payments right from our wrists, these tiny tech marvels have come a long way. In this list of the top 10 best smartwatches for 2026, we'll explore the newest models that are redefining what a smartwatch can do. Whether you want something stylish for everyday wear, powerful for fitness and adventure, or packed with smart features to make life easier, there's a watch here that fits your lifestyle perfectly. Get ready to meet the game changers of 2026. Apple Watch Ultra 3. The Apple Watch Ultra 3 feels like Apple's love letter to adventurers and health nerds alike. The first thing you notice, that display, crisp, bright, with thinner bezels and far more usable under harsh sunlight. Battery improves meaningfully, about 42 hours in normal use and stretching up to 72 hours in low power mode, which feels liberating when I'm on trails or traveling. Health features are more mature now. Hypertension notifications can alert you if signs of high blood pressure are forming. There's a sleep score for analyzing rest quality, and the satellite SOS/messaging works even in remote zones. These give the watch purpose beyond notifications. On the flip side, it's still sizable on the wrist. This Ultra is built for robustness, not subtle style. It won't match longer battery-focused rivals when pushed hard continuously. Lots of GPS sensors, etc. But if you want a rugged smartwatch that stretches what wearables can do today, the Ultra 3 impresses. Garmin Fenix 8 Pro. The Garmin Fenix 8 Pro is clearly built for those who live on the edge, outdoors, trailheads, remote summits, and demand top-tier ruggedness plus modern smart features. The first thing I noticed is the display options. The standard AMOLED versions hit a sweet balance of brightness and battery, while the new micro-LED 51mm model pushes harsh sunlight readability to a new level, though with trade-offs. Durability is excellent. Titanium or sapphire materials, strong casing, water resistance, and MILSTD ratings make this a watch you can trust when getting dirty or wet. GPS and mapping tools get even better, and the addition of LTE plus satellite via the inReach system means help or communication doesn't depend on your phone. On the downside, the Pro models cost a lot, especially the micro-LED one. The added brightness and connectivity hit battery more than the standard Fenix 8. For some modes, you lose noticeably more runtime. Also, the size and weight are heftier. Comfort, especially overnight, could suffer depending on where this hits your wrist. Overall though, for adventurers who want one watch to handle serious training loads, remote environments, and reliable connections, the Fenix 8 Pro is a compelling package. It just asks you to sacrifice some battery and pay a premium. Amazfit T-Rex 3 Pro. Putting on the Amazfit T-Rex 3 Pro feels like gearing up with serious outdoor armor. Its grade 5 titanium bezel and sapphire glass give me confidence that it will survive knocks, drops, and all the abuse I'd throw at it. The display is sharply readable, even under brutal sun. At up to 3000 nits brightness, it doesn't squint. Battery life is one of its most compelling traits. The 48mm model promises up to 25 days in regular use and about 38 hours with continuous GPS mode. The smaller 44mm still gives around 17 days in typical usage and solid GPS performance. Feature-wise, it's generous. Dual-band GPS, offline maps, over 180 sports modes, even a dual-color LED flashlight and built-in mic and speaker. On the downside, its ruggedness comes with bulk. It's a large watch, noticeable on smaller wrists. Also, those extreme feats of battery life tend to need careful management, turning off unnecessary sensors, lowering brightness, etc. If you're okay with a beefy watch and occasional management, the T-Rex 3 Pro feels like you get huge bang for your buck in the rugged smartwatch space. Apple Watch Series 11. The Apple Watch Series 11 feels like slipping on something familiar, but smarter. I love how sleek and light it is, and yet there are enough upgrades that make it feel fresh. For starters, battery life has finally broken past Apple's old 18-hour promise. Series 11 now stretches to about 24 hours, which means fewer midday battery worries. Sleep tracking gets serious this time. The new Sleep Score feature uses heart rate, wrist temperature, respiratory data, and more to give you a meaningful nightly rating. Also, the display is tougher. Ion X glass with a ceramic coating, on aluminum models, is said to be twice as scratch resistant, and titanium versions retain sapphire glass. It's not perfect. The chip, S10, feels familiar, and 24 hours still means daily charging for many. But if you want Apple's feel plus stronger durability, plus better sleep and health insights, Series 11 is a smart step. Samsung Galaxy Watch 8. Wearing the Galaxy Watch 8 feels like Samsung finally got the memo. Thinner, lighter, more wearable. The new Squircle case design gives it character while staying comfortably low profile. The display is stunning. AMOLED, very bright, peaking at around 3000 nits, so outdoors you don't have to squint. Health and fitness tracking continue to impress, with solid sleep monitoring, dual-band GPS, and all the usual sensors, ECG, heart rate, etc., that feel reliable. On the downside, battery life is still its weak link. Even with moderate usage, always on display or GPS turned on drags it down, so you'll find yourself charging every night. Charging is also slower than I'd like. Overall though, the Galaxy Watch 8 hits a sweet spot. Beautiful design, strong features, great display. If you can live with daily charging, it's a top-tier Android smartwatch. Apple Watch SE3. Putting on the SE3 feels like getting the core Apple Watch experience, now polished and more useful than ever, without splurging on flagship prices. One of the first things I noticed, the always-on display finally arrives in this model, so I don't have to raise my wrist just to check the time or notifications. The S10 chip brings snappier performance, smoother animations, faster responses to things like gestures, double tap, wrist flick, and better Siri. Health-wise, SE3 adds solid improvements. There's a new Sleep Score feature, sleep apnea detection, wrist temperature sensors, retrospective, ovulation estimates included. So more insight without needing the premium model. Battery life is all day, about 18 hours, which is good, but still means nightly charging, especially if you use the always-on display and GPS. In short, the SE3 closes many gaps between what you get in Apple's mid-tier versus flagship watches. If you want solid smart and health features without paying flagship prices, this feels like a really strong choice. Google Pixel Watch 4. The Google Pixel Watch 4 feels like a meaningful evolution, rather than just a tweak. From the moment you put it on, its Actua 360 dome display, with much slimmer bezels and breathtaking brightness, up to approximately 3000 nits, catches your eye. Battery life is notably better. The 41mm model offers about 30 hours with always-on display, and the 45mm can reach approximately 40 hours. And charging is more forgiving too, 50% charge in just 15 minutes. Health, safety, and fitness tracking are sharper. Dual frequency GPS, skin temperature sensor, sleep stage improvements, plus a first-of-its-kind satellite SOS for emergencies. On the flip side, it's not dramatically different in design, and if you push it hard with always-on display or GPS, you'll still be charging daily. It's a solid upgrade, especially if you care about outdoor accuracy or safety features, and less so if you already own a recent Pixel watch. Garmin Venu X1. The Garmin Venu X1 makes a bold impression with its 2-inch AMOLED display, wrapped in a slim 7.9mm titanium edged case, weighing just about 34 to 40 grams. You get vivid visuals, a sapphire crystal lens, and a large screen that's readable even in daylight. Fitness tracking, sleep metrics, built-in mapping, and speakers/mic for calls round out its capabilities. Battery life is its compromise. Up to 8 days in smartwatch mode without always on display, but just 2 to 3 days when always on is enabled. GPS mode cuts that further. At approximately $799, it's pricey, especially compared to other Garmins with longer endurance. Overall, the Venu X1 is a gorgeous daily wearable for those who value display quality, health tracking, and style. But you'll need to manage expectations around battery life. CMF Watch 3 Pro. The CMF Watch 3 Pro is a compelling mid-range smartwatch that offers impressive value. It features a 1.43-inch AMOLED display, 466 by 466 pixels, 60 Hz, with peak brightness up to approximately 670 nits, making it legible outdoors. Its metal frame and IP68 rating provide durability. For fitness and health tracking, you get a 4-channel heart rate sensor, SpO2, stress tracking, detailed sleep analysis, over 130 sports modes, dual-band GPS, L1 plus L5, and animated warm-ups. Battery is strong. A 350 mAh cell powers up to 13 days under typical usage, dropping to around 4 to 5 days with everything enabled, always on, heavy tracking. On the downside, the Watch 3 Pro drops swappable bezels from the previous model, so customization is a bit more limited. Also, as always, real-world battery performance depends heavily on usage. Overall, for roughly $99, this watch delivers a robust feature set for health, fitness, and smart assistant fans. A strong pick if you're okay with fewer aesthetic mods. Huawei Watch 5. The Huawei Watch 5 strikes a nice balance between premium design and serious health functionality. It offers LTPO 2.0 AMOLED displays, 1.5-inch on 46mm, slightly smaller on 42mm, with stunning peak brightness around 3000 nits and thinner bezels compared to its predecessors. The build feels solid in both its stainless steel and titanium options, with comfortable strap choices. On the health side, the new X-Tap sensor is a highlight, letting you take ECGs, fingertip SpO2, and measure arterial stiffness, all more quickly and with improved accuracy. Battery life is good. For the 46mm model, it's around 4 to 4.5 days with regular use, dropping to 3 days if always-on display is on. The 42mm version gives less, more like 3 days standard use. What holds it back a bit is the third-party app ecosystem, less robust than some rivals, and some features like contactless payments or full voice assistant support aren't as polished. Overall, the Watch 5 is a strong choice for users who value health tracking, display quality, and build, if you can live with a somewhat limited apps library.